and that's happening within 40, 30 years, even less. We're being nice, okay? We're being nice, even less, even less. But we're just being nice. So there's no, uh, you know, the Asian century. They meant to say the Asiatic century. That's what they were referring to. Yes, the Asiatic century, and that's talking about uh, the human race, talking about those with dark melanated hue, original and indigenous people, Asiatics. Okay, it's going to be in bad favor because the time that we're currently coming out of, and that we're out of now, was from the so-called Aryan rulership, and that was all beginning from those Hindus who were subjects for experimenting and to graft their genes to make a more Paleto type subspecies out of them, which will be referred to as the Eurozoid, or the European that we know as today, because that's where they came from. Okay, they were grafted out the Hindu genetics. Okay, and then out the Hindu genetics, you got what you call a so-called Arabi looking guy today, a Paleto Arabi guy looking today. That was the second, and then the third was what you call mulatto looking Iranian. That was the third, and then the fourth, right, was what you call the Celtic Spain, because Celtic wasn't only in Ireland and Britain, it was also in Spain. Those Slavs who mixed with those Moors in Granada and Celtiberian Celtic. Okay, and the fifth is what you know as the German and the British and those type of people, and the French. Those are the fifth, because they were coming from the north. And then the sixth is when they came over here. The sixth subgroup was when they came over to the Americas, and then the seventh subgroup is when they started to mix with the indigenous and to make what you called so-called mestizos. So-called, because mestizos is really coming from the word mamaluco, and which is coming from the word mamaluk, which is coming from the word owned property or slave. So when you're calling yourself a mestizo, you're calling yourself a mamaluco, which is known as in Portuguese, and you're calling yourself a mamaluk, and you're calling yourself a owned property, and you're a slave. So I wouldn't want to refer myself as that if you are a Asiatic Spanish speaking person, let's say. Okay, Asiatic. I wouldn't want to refer myself to that, no. So like with the etymology, we're crushing the misinformation with that alone, with the etymology. And it's very important, because language, when they tell you to spell out something, that's actually telling you that you're putting yourself in a spell, because it's dealing with misinformation. It's dealing with a language that is foreign to your biorhythm. Okay, because the English language is a devil's language. Alright, what's good is bad, and what's bad is good. Okay, and we can give you many examples for that. Alright, many examples. When you're talking about English, you're talking about a language which the rhythm is lacking. Even the Latin, Moorish Latin, has more rhythm when you speak it. Okay? Or even so-called Greek, which is really Phoenician language. Alright? When you speak those type of languages have more rhythm and more vibration. But when you speak the English language, it's a dead, dysfunctioning, disharmonized, contradictory language. It contradicts itself, because again, what's bad is good and what's good is bad. Contradicts. So again, man, I encourage you to learn other languages, because like the Prophet said, the most important language to learn after English that we speak already is what you call the Espanol. And why? Because a lot of the land that is ours is The main language on it is Espanol. It's spoken by Espanol. We're talking about Central South America and including those islands. Those are our lands. Okay? But when we say that's our lands,